As a boy, I would look at all these videos and pictures and think, how cool would it be if I could be on that trip?
There's just not anything like it that I know in the world.
Hello, everybody. I'm Tim Heising, founder and CEO of LUEX Surfers Lodge Travel, and we launched this podcast to gain first-hand knowledge straight from our resort, lodge, and boat partners about the impact of the coronavirus pandemic on surf travel. Our partners have the closest ties to the local media, government, and just know best. And my guests for episode number 2 are John Malmqvist, founder and owner of the beautiful Surfers Lodge Peniche, and Martin Jenner, head of sales at LUEX. Good day, guys. How are you?
Hi. Good.
Hey, we're good.
Brilliant. So, John, you are not only a good partner of LUEX, but also a good client of us when you travel abroad. But yeah. How's life right now in Portugal?
Life is good. I was actually supposed to be with you guys in Maldives now. My trip is like kind of got not canceled, postponed. I think, so I mean, it is what it is. It's good and bad, we finally are allowed to surf again, and there's much less people here, so we've caught some really good waves lately, which is nice, business wise it could be a little bit better, but
Since when are you allowed to surf again?
I think it was May 4th when we first logged, and we had like a few epic days, it just came right after we opened, so that was nice.
Okay, see, that's not the worst backup for.
Yeah, I mean, I've never surfed super tubos with that few people, so I mean that's
silver linings. All right, nice.
Yeah.
Great, brilliant. And do you have already guests in your hotel? Probably not, right?
Right now, I have no one staying at the hotel because it's closed. But as of yesterday, our restaurant can be open with a few modifications. We can only have 50% occupancy, and we have to follow all that. There's a bunch of rules that Tourism Portugal has put out, which is like gives you some sort of safe seal. They call it like a safe seal. And you have to follow their guidelines. You have to, all the staff has to wear masks when we're open. We have to use hand sanitizers. All the tables has to be 2 meters apart. And there's a bunch of those rules. And if you follow those rules, you get this safe seal, and the safe seal is supposed to make the guests feel like we're taking the right measurements to stay open.
Right. And do you expect that you will fill up the 50% occupancy quite soon, or is that going to be hard and tough?
I mean, in terms of the restaurant, yesterday we had maybe 10 lunches and 10 dinners, but we're doing free delivery as well, so it's not great, but it's a start, I think maybe in June, I think we're going to be able to fill it up, because then we're going to have a lot of Spanish people, and a lot of Portuguese people as well, Spanish people can drive here, which is nice,
Okay, that's perfect. And when do you expect to receive guests for the hotel again?
As of now, we're going to open the hotel 1st of June. We still have some bookings left for June. We have some bookings for July and for August. And yesterday, we actually got a group reservations for October. So it's looking good. We're getting people to come, It's starting to get back to normal, which is nice. I think a lot of people are super, they're super keen to go surfing after this,
Yeah, that's for sure.
Have you implemented some like new booking terms or cancellation options, or rather change date options?
We have free cancellations if they want. You still have to pay deposits, but you get the deposit back if for some reason you can't travel.
Okay.
That's pretty good to get it back.
Yeah, I mean we have to be as accommodating as possible in these times, and it doesn't feel right to just take someone's deposits. I mean, people wouldn't book them, I think. So I mean,
right.
We're gonna try to get as many people in as possible now, and try to get back to normal as soon as possible.
And what do you expect in terms of travel restrictions to Portugal from other countries?
At the moment, there are no travel restrictions, really. I mean, you can still fly to Portugal. From Sweden, for example, I checked Sweden yesterday. You can fly from Sweden to Frankfurt and then from Frankfurt to Portugal in a day. It may sound strange, but it takes less than a day to fly from Sweden to Portugal now.
Right. And but I guess there's a lot of European countries that have basically restrictions in the sense that once the people return back to their home countries, that they would need to get quarantined or have similar measures.
I don't know exactly how it is in all different countries, but in Portugal, I think you can go to Portugal and you don't have to quarantine for 2 weeks if you're not sick, of course. And if you're sick, you shouldn't travel at all.
Okay, so Portugal has not imposed any restrictions to enter the country. So you don't need to show any medical certificate, or you don't need to...
They're still working that out, I think. I think I hear a lot of different information, but I think they're working out some sort of like, well, that's not only Portugal, but I've heard that, there's some sort of like, I'm well passport sort of thing. I don't know what you call it, but unfortunately there's a lot of different information, traveling around. If you call someone, you get one answer. If you call someone else, you get another answer. What we're going with opening of 1st of June is that some of the other hotels in the area are opening 1st of June.
Right, right.
Yep.
Yeah, I have read an article yesterday. Currently everything is changing, obviously. And the most of Germany, for example, they have got travel restrictions to different countries until the middle of June.
But are they? Is it for people traveling to Germany, or do they have restrictions for people traveling out from Germany?
Out of Germany.
Oh, okay.
So basically, when they would get back, they would need to quarantine themselves for 14 days, and that's definitely a big hurdle. People don't want to go on holiday and be quarantined for 14 days. But they are planning to lift those restrictions, but only for certain countries. So they're talking about like certain travel corridors. For example, Portugal. Probably Portugal is definitely one of the...
we haven't been hit that hard by Corona, or COVID-19, compared to Spain, which is our neighboring country. So, I think it's a fairly safe, reasonably safe place to travel, especially Peniche. Social distancing is super easy here. There's so much distance between people here all the time.
Right. Yeah. That's definitely a good thing. And yes, so Portugal is probably one of the earlier countries that you can travel to, from Germany at least. But most of the other countries have similar models in place. But what I've heard is there will be restrictions on the flights in the sense that you definitely wear masks. And some airlines or some countries would not allow to receive any guests where the airlines don't have the middle seat left. There will be also, what do you call it, like antibody tests that they're doing, and only if you have that certificate you will be allowed into the destination, but also back into your home country. There's a lot of things happening right now. It's
just every day, huh?
It all sounds super complicated, but in the end it's probably not that bad, because such an antibody test is, I think, 40 euros or 50 euros. So it's definitely affordable in compared to the whole trip. And if that is basically helping to keep everybody safe, then yes, it's actually quite good. At least it will open the borders again and you can travel again, right? and
Yeah.
that's what we all want, right?
For sure. I
Um,
mean, it's been a strange few months here or around the world, but
Yeah.
and we are definitely staying on top of those things, and we are giving our clients the first-hand advice there, and we are always in touch with you, our partners, about the situation in the destination. And then we hope, I think life is not going to be normal. There will be restrictions in terms of nightclubs and partying and all that, those things. But at least you can surf and you can have your dinner and you can meet other people quite soon again, right?
Yeah, which is, I mean, what we're doing here at Surfers Lodge, we're not really, we don't have too many party people coming, you know, like it's more mature audience, you know, like families and stuff. So for us, that it doesn't affect us as much. That, I mean, that part of COVID, I mean, there's a lot of other things that are affecting us, but I think you can definitely have a good vacation here now, you know.
Sure.
Right.
Is COVID-19 going to affect any of the surf services? You're going to have to adjust how you do lessons or guiding or anything like this?
They have a limited amount of surfers per instructor or per group, but you know we've already done that. You know, we already do a small groups. So for us, it's the same pretty much. You know.
Okay.
But you got to keep your distance on the beach, and you know you got to follow all the 2 meter distance thing, and you know there's of course some rules to it, but in terms of the quality of the surf lessons, it's not going to change at all.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is good.
Cool. Yeah.
Do you have
so
any?
Do you think?
Or you go ahead.
I was just going to say, do you think Portugal will bounce back quite quickly then as well? Because as you mentioned, it was one of the least hit countries. It's maybe the best destination for surfing in Europe, and out of all the Corona affected countries, it's the Corona affected surf countries, at least.
I think definitely, I don't know, no one knows, but it's in Portugal's interest to do whatever they can to get tourism to start working, because the majority of their economy is based on tourism, so sure. I think I think it's definitely going to bounce back, but how long it takes, who knows, it kind of, this COVID thing kind of changes your perspective on things, like before COVID, I was like, okay, I had a budget, I had a goal, I was like, I'm going to make this much profit. Now I'm like, okay, it's nice if someone comes. It'd be nice to have some guests.
Could do with some guests around. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's going to bounce back. It's going to start, this is just my prediction, it's going to start with shorter travels, like people from neighboring countries are going to start traveling to other to their neighbors, and then it's going to spread. Maybe Europe is going to start, and we're going to just stay in Europe, and then after a while, we're going to get back to normal and start traveling too. I'm hoping that my Maldives trip with you guys will be next year in May again. So
better than ever. Yeah.
Well, I think you booked with a really good partner. And not only us, but also the boat owner. They are very solid.
Yeah, I heard a lot of good stuff about them. I booked that trip 1 year before I was going to go on the trips, and I was going to have booked that trip and then go 2 years after.
2 years later.
A lot of planning.
A lot of suspense.
Yeah.
No, we're going to set you up definitely with a really good trip, and it's going to happen for sure.
Yeah. One thing that we're going to focus on this winter, because I mean, the problem for us is that the timing of this was terrible. Like it was right before the high season. We had survived the low season, and now the high season is pretty messed up. And then we're going to survive another low season. So you got to rethink what to do. Like what can we do to get people here in the low season? I mean, low season is amazing here. There's much less people, and there's really good waves. So we're thinking about doing some sort of a co-working long-term stay, for people that can come down. They rent a room for a month or for 2 months. It could be full board, half board, no board, and just rethink our strategies a little bit.
Sounds good. Yeah, keep us updated. That could be
I'm not sure if you guys are doing any co-working.
Tim, should we come to Portugal for a few months?
Yeah, maybe you want to have your office here instead.
Say it again?
Maybe you want to have your LUEX office here instead at Surfers Lodge.
We would love to. It's no doubt. Yeah, let's see, definitely.
Really good.
Is there any special hygiene measurements or any special measurements in the hotel part? I mean, you mentioned already.
Yeah. There's a long list of things that we have to follow. You know, I have a document. Maybe I can send it to you, and you can put it as a link in YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
sure.
Definitely. Send it to us.
Basically, it's like, you know, we gotta, you know, all wear masks. Everyone's gotta have hand sanitizers when they walk in, and then after each person has eaten, we gotta clean it properly. And the room's the same. You know, we gotta disinfect it. We have a designated COVID room downstairs. That in case someone gets sick, they can quarantine in that room until, you know, they can go back or, you know, go to the hospital. So that designated room is downstairs. We're gonna put a PlayStation in there because it's probably gonna get pretty boring.
Can you tell us a little bit about this approval? This what you said, like clean and safe. I think that's a Portugal thing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a sign of approval, and there's a long list of things that we have to do. You know, maybe it's better I can link that to you guys. I send that to you, and you can link it in the description. But basically, it's masks, hand sanitizers. You know, how we treat the food. We got to wash all our dishes in 90 degrees. There's a super long list, you know. But there's a lot that we have to follow. I mean, I think we can still be open if we don't have that seal. But that seal is just an insurance for people that come here to know that we're doing things right, you know?
Okay, perfect.
So we have that seal and we're not planning to lose it, you know?
Awesome. Okay, I think that's it from my side. Martin, do you have any more questions?
Not for me. Just wondering, John, if you have anything else you want to share with your clients and our clients about the lodge, or if you have any questions for us.
Not really. I'm just hoping to see everyone again soon, you know, like it would be great. We have some spare rooms, so.
All right.
Yeah, it should be great. And if you guys want to come down and hang out, let me know. You're more than welcome.
Sounds
beautiful.
Good too.
I will take you up on that offer. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, cool.
Do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, how are you guys holding out? How are you dealing with everything?
Well, basically, the crisis hit us as well as probably everybody in the travel industry. We basically lost all revenues from mid-March onwards. We are still getting bookings for 2021 and 2022, but obviously with much more work involved. There's much more insecurity. People ask many more questions. There's much higher requirements for us in terms of booking terms. We need to be much more flexible, but we are much more flexible now. We basically set up deals with each partner individually, and if you tell us, for example, that you get the deposit refunded, then we would do the same thing. Or we would only take the deposit 5 days or 7 days before departure, so that the clients are really safe there. So we have adapted quite well in terms of taking bookings. We are still delivering our service. We still have pretty much the largest selection of surf trips in the world. We still offer our objective expert advice. So Martin is basically dealing with all the clients, and he pays really a lot of attention to the needs of the clients. We have our best price guarantee. So that works. We have still a very solid setup. And obviously there were also a lot of trips affected. So we had a couple of hundred trips actually affected that we needed to save and rescue by whatever means. And we have found a lot of solutions there: vouchers, change of dates, refunds, etc., depending on the situation, on the booking situation. But so far, we have found a compromise with all of our clients, and we have survived it actually okay. Yeah,
It must be a lot of work for you guys because you're working with so many different countries.
it has been it has been crazy amount of work, and I have been pessimistic at times as well, to be honest. I'm more optimistic now. I just hope that it comes back quite soon.
You know, one good thing that comes out of this is that it gives you time to organize your company, to see where you can, you know, where you can be more effective and where you can, you know, where you can save money. Okay, maybe we're like doing this wrong, you know, like it gives us, you know, it's given us 2 months to just like see what we can do better.
Yeah, the really sad thing was that we needed to basically lay off quite a lot of people.
Yeah.
And adjust it to the revenues, and that really hurt. And that's also really tough for everybody involved. But hey, I mean, everybody is hit in a certain degree by this crisis. Travel probably the most. But yeah, we need to make the best out of it.
It's not a very sexy industry to be in at the moment.
No,
it's not. But one thing that we're doing actually now that I was planning that even before COVID is that I've teamed up with one of the best kite surfers in the world that just moved there, Craig Cunningham, a Canadian, nice guy, and we're gonna start selling kite surfing trips. You know.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So I'm not sure if that's something that you guys do or how to check.
We get requests from time to time. It's not something that we've pushed massively as we focused on wave surfing, but yeah, we get some requests, and it's good to know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good for kite surfing here. You know, there's a lagoon, and
yes,
you know, it's something different.
Awesome, man. Thanks, John. That was great talking to you.
Yeah, stay safe, guys.
Yeah, you too, John. Hopefully see you soon and catch some waves.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Thanks for all the updates. Yeah, and if you don't mind, let's check back in from time to time.
Yeah, sure. No worries.
And keep us updated. And then thanks to all the listeners. Let's start traveling again as quickly as possible. And please feel free to check in with us on LUEX.com. We're always happy to assist you, and we have a great deal of flexibility with free changes of dates, no cancellation charges or other means to make your booking as safe as possible. Thanks a lot.
Perfect.
See you guys next time.
Cheers, John.
Take care. Ciao.
Cheers. Ciao.
We at LUEX are all about finding the best trips for you, for your requirements, your ability level, your taste and preferred style. Just the best options in the world.
LUEX offers you the world's largest selection of travel packages. We can offer you hundreds of unique and absolutely amazing travel experiences. No matter how special your requirements are, we will have the right option for you, guaranteed. The choice is only one side of the coin. The other one is the LUEX Objective Expert Advice to help you select the best option available. We have visited all destinations ourselves and know exactly what package will suit you and what won't. We also guarantee you the best available prices. In the unlikely case that anybody offers you the same package at a lower rate, just let us know and we will beat that price for you. We will be there for you 24/7, and we will spend as much time with you as it takes to find the best travel package possible and to assist you before, during and after your trip. Last but not least, you will enjoy the highest customer protection possible. Check out our website for details. We are living on repeat business and will make sure you get what you deserve.
Seen enough? Well, then give us a call if you want to ride the most amazing waves or some of the world's finest powder. Just check out LUEX.com.